Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Motordrome Speedway. Tonight, we present the 5-division racing action of the NASCAR Whelen All-American Series. In addition, we will have bike races for the kids 12 and under during a brief intermission, and it is Girl Scout night. Joining us here on the front straight, the following troops. Troop 769 from Apollo, Troop 36 from Shalakta, Troop 3073 from Irwin, Troop 79 from Katanning, Troop 257 from Ridgeway, Troop 357 from Avonmore, Troop 431 from New Kensington, Troop 668 from Cranberry, Troop 830 from Ford City, Troop 3001 from Uniontown, Troop 1061 from White Oak, Troop 2142 from Forbes, Troop 4181 from New Stanton, and Troop 31105 from Manor. Also, welcome Troop 1092, the Daisies from Mount Pleasant. At this time, we ask that each and every one of you please rise up from your seats, and gentlemen, remove your caps for our opening ceremonies. If you are moving around the grounds, please pause with us for our invocation and our national anthem. Joining us for tonight's opening ceremonies, track photographer Howie Bayless with our invocation and a performance of our national anthem by defending American Flyers Division Champion Andrew Giles. Howie?
Please bow your heads. Dear Lord, we ask that you keep everybody safe tonight. We know racing is a dangerous sport. We're just here for some entertainment and to have a good time. Please make sure everybody stays safe. Also, as Memorial Day approaches, keep the troops close to your hearts who are far away. Amen.
And now to perform our national anthem, Andrew Giles. That was Andrew Giles, ladies and gentlemen, performing our national anthem. Excellent job. Thank you to all the Girl Scouts joining us here tonight on Girl Scout Night at the Motordrome Speedway. And now, race fans, are you ready to go NASCAR racing? 8 laps the distance for the Subway Street Stocks, our first preliminary heat race of the evening, helping to determine the starting lineup for tonight's 20-lap feature. Green flag is out. Jason Holder in car 74 on the outside, a feature winner earlier this season. Then the 64 of Bill Henry, who won the biggest event for the Subway Street Stocks in 2007. Phillips in 64, edging out to the lead just about a car length on lap number 1. Then Sean Phillips in the 31 car in 3rd spot. Phillips, a winner last season, always strong and consistent. Opening night, he had a disastrous crash in practice, but he's in a 3-car fight for the lead. It's Don Blank and Jonathan Heilman watching a three-car fight at the front. Bill Henry leads Jason Holder and Sean Phillips. Holder losing the second position to Sean Phillips in car 31. 57 of Kostelnik pulling into the pit area out of this one. It's Henry, Phillips, Holder, Blank, and Heilman. Now 5 cars. Single file train working lap number 3 of 8 for the Subway Street Stocks in heat race number 1. Henry in 64, one of the most popular veteran drivers in the division. And Sean Phillips in car 31, last season a championship contender, as the crossed flags from the starter stand indicate halfway, 4 laps down, 4 laps to go. Henry leading Phillips, and Jason Holder in the 3rd spot. So far this season, drivers on the speedway with a heat race win include Jonathan Heilman and Jason Holder, and Holder with that feature victory back on opening night. Bill Henry's lead of just about a foot between himself and the bumper of Sean Phillips in car 31. Those 2 cars separating by 2 or 3 car lengths now from the front bumper of Jason Holder's 74 machine. White flag waving, signaling final lap. After being crowned most popular driver, the Vandergrift, Pennsylvania resident in car 64, Bill Henry, went on to win a career-first feature event in the Subway Street Stocks last season, the Subway 25 special event. Now, for his first checkered flag in 2008, Bill Henry will win the heat race over Sean Phillips, Jason Holder, Don Blank, and Jonathan Heilman. Here is Aaron Minjock, a graduate of the Charger division as a Subway Street Stock rookie, and veteran Tom Knight Sr. in the 76. Green flag is out, 8-lap heat race underway for the Subway Street Stocks. AK chassis team cars lining the outside of the surface, 3 wide briefly as Joe Nicola pries open the inside lane. We're 3 wide again with Jeff Zellweger, the meat of the sandwich. Tony Manganello gets contacted in the battle. Nicola's up to 2nd. Great save by the driver of car number 50. Manganello keeps the car pointed in the right direction despite contact. Now it's Zellweger who spins from the top 5. Contact from the 34 of Aaron Minjock, and we have a caution flag on lap 1. Joan, as we have 7 laps remaining in the second of 2 Subway Street Stock heat races. Andrew Kostelnik out in front in 05. Joe Nicola second in the 69. Surrounded by the AK chassis teammates Tony Manganello in the 50, who made that great save on lap number 1. Nicola, feature winner. A couple of weeks back, powers to the inside of Kostelnik and takes the lead. Here comes Manganello in the 50, challenging his teammate. Tony Manganello from Clairton, Pennsylvania in car number 50, taking the 2nd position away from Andrew Kostelnik, younger brother of the defending division champion. Joe Nicola in car 69 is out in front. So far this season, Nicola has 2 heat race victories, make that 3 heat race wins, as he has won a preliminary event in each week of competition so far. And on lap 3 of 8, looking to do the same, as he will see the crossed flags indicating halfway. Best battle on the speedway side by side for the 4th position. Teddy Gabala in car number 3 takes the position away from Aaron Minjock. Minjock in car 34 was one of the biggest winners last season in the Charger division. Gabala was a rookie to competition last season at Jennerstown Speedway, and now moving over to Motordrome for his first full season of competition here in Smithton. With 5 of 8 laps completed, it's Minjok in 5th, Teddy Gabala in 4th, the 05 of Andrew Kostelnik in 3rd, his teammate Tony Manganello is 2nd, and out in front, Joe Nicola. 2 laps remaining as the Subway Street Stocks are strung out around the Motordrome Oval. Feature event distance tonight will be 20 laps for the Subway Street Stocks and offer an opportunity for each and every one of us to win a free 6-inch meatball sub from participating Subway restaurants. White flag waving, and the only Ford product in the field is out in front. Nicola has won his preliminary heat race in each event of 2008. He's won 1 feature event and currently leads the Subway Street Stock Division point standings, taking another checkered flag from West Mifflin, Pennsylvania. Joe Nicola getting the win over Tony Manganello, Andrew Kostelnik, Teddy Gabala, and Aaron Minjok. In car 6, Tom Frank. At the tail of the field, the number 2 machine, I believe driven by A.J. Poljak as the green flag waves. Mike Musiak driving the 2 car this evening as up front George Nicola takes the lead from front row starting mate Lonnie Hoffman. George Nicola leads lap number 1 over the Al Civic owned number 58 of Lonnie Hoffman. In the 3rd spot, it's Gary Scott. Scott has won heat race victory already in 2008. Then Huffman in the 9 and side by side. Opening night feature winner Tom Frank in the 6 and the 0-1 of veteran Harry Ofer. Three cars battling for positions 4, 5, and 6, looking to go 3 wide in open wheel competition, thinking better of it down the back straight. Rick Huffman greatly improved in the last season and a half behind the wheel of car number 9, the American Infidel t-shirt sponsored ride. And then the stands transmission 6. Young Tom Frank, the many-time go-kart champion, picked up that career first victory here in 2008 and currently leading the point standings as he's boxed in between the 01 of Ofer, the Bell Vernon veteran, and the 9 of Huffman. Championship points are on the line in heat race competition, and the points leader currently outside the top 5 as Tom Frank in car number 6 has to his inside last year's winner of the biggest event of the modified schedule, Harry Ofer, now a 2-car team effort from Ofer's Racing Shop. And he is wheel to wheel with the 9 of Rick Huffman working lap number 5 of 8. Up front, a 3-car breakaway. George Nicola from Pittsburgh in car 97, a feature winner. Just 2 events ago in car 97 from Pittsburgh, the former Subway Street Stock Division champion, leading on lap 6 of 8, and he is out in front of another graduate of the Subway Street Stocks, Lonnie Hoffman in the Aero Automotive 58. Then the Swiss Vale Music, number 16 of veteran Gary Scott, the former dirt track racer, into 3rd position as the white flag is waving. Final time around the Motordrome Speedway in heat race number 1 for the open wheel modifieds. Making it a family affair back-to-back after his cousin won the Subway Street Stock heat event. Taking the checkered flag, it will be George Nicola from Pittsburgh, winning over Lonnie Hoffman, Gary Scott, Harry Ofer pulling into the 4th position, and Tom Frank, the points leader, cracks the top 5. Finishing 5th from the suburbs of Cleveland, Ohio, in car number 6, points leader Tom Frank. 4, Bobby Ship from Elizabeth, Pennsylvania. Mike Opolinski drives the 66 car, and the 3 is Chris Brink as the green flag waves. 8 laps for the open wheel modifieds. Nearly 3 wide again for the 2nd time in modified competition tonight. Brian Ship thinks better of that and settles into 3rd spot. Meanwhile, powering around, Pete Reck for the lead. Adam Kostelnik in the Viglione Racing 60. The 4-time and defending champion from East McKeesport in the Luzader Auto number 60 out in front of the field. And after starting last, the Chris Brink machine up into 3rd position, challenging Pete Reck. 81 of Pete Reck, teammate to Harry Ofer, holding on to second, but feeling the pressure now of young Brian Shipp and the driver from Glen Campbell, Pennsylvania in the 0, Chris Brink. Brink, who's proud to say that he sets the car up for the outside groove of the racing surface. The Glen Campbell Gambler wheel to wheel with Pete Reck for the second position. Reck, the graduate of limited late model dirt track competition, in his first season and fourth start on the asphalt, falling back to third position. And behind the Pete Reck 81, it's the brothers Shipp, side by side, the 04 of Bobby Shipp, a feature winner last season, right alongside his younger brother Brian in car 40. The Shipp brothers now closing in on the Pete Reck 81 car as Chris Brink out to a 3 or 4 car length advantage and holding on to second position. All of this action happening distantly behind the defending champ Adam Kostelnik. At the scoring line this time, Adam Kostelnik will see the signal for 2 laps remaining as the Viglione Racing entry is out in front so far this season. Kostelnik has 1 heat race victory to complement that feature event win the last time we raced here at Motordrome 3 weeks ago. And opening up a big lead over the Glen Campbell Gambler, Chris Brink. White flag in the air, final time around, battle on the speedway for third as Bobby Shipp has passed his younger brother and looks to the outside of the 81 of Pete Reck. Final time out of turn 2, nearly making contact in that battle. But in turn number 4, another checkered flag. For the 4-time champion East McKeesport's Adam Kostelnik will win it. Chris Brink comes home in the second spot over Pete Reck, Bobby Shipp, and Brian Shipp. 94, Mark Poole in 96, Dan Lewis in 8, Richard Mitchell 22, and Todd Price 15. Green flag is out. The NASCAR Pizza Hut Super Late Models are underway for 10 laps. Roberts makes contact, spins into the 94 of Smith. Todd Price is collected, Cody Quarrick is collected, and the tough luck driver of the season, Mark Smith, involved in another incident after the 93 of Chris Roberts lost the handle in turns 1 and 2. Heavy damage to the front of the 15 of Todd Price. The Frankie Day Oldies Show D&D Office Plus machine, fielded by the Mann's family, the 51 Motorsports operation. Price able to pull away the former truck division racer. He's got a flat left rear and severe right front damage. Cody Quarrick, the 19-year-old super late model rookie in car 6, also driving away from the incident. Roberts in car 93 pulls away. 22, Nathan Russell 26, and Todd Price back on the speedway as the green flag waves. Bo Glemba to the high side of the speedway with just inches of an advantage over Steve Black in the 1. Black, the longtime veteran, and Glemba, relative newcomer and first full season of super late model competition after putting a couple of modified division wins under his belt. Black will lead lap number 1 in the Toyota. Outside, the Chad Hemphill Racing Chevrolet with Bo Glemba at the wheel. Still wheel to wheel all the way around the speedway. Contact made in turn 4. New leader by inches is Bo Glemba at the scoring line on lap 2. Just behind the lead fight, Mark Poole and Dan Lewis are side by side. Then the 3-time track champion Richard Mitchell lurking in 5th position. Mark Poole dives to the inside of Lewis. Black still holding a position, but this time Bo Glemba's lead a full car length. Working lap number 3 of 10, Charleroi, Pennsylvania's Bo Glemba out in front, seeking a career first checkered flag in late model competition. Steve Black into second spot with the Toyota. Veteran Mark Poole inching very close to Black's rear bumper after passing Dan Lewis. Mark Poole from 84, Pennsylvania, the veteran campaigner, feature winner several times in his career, opens the door for teammate Richard Mitchell as the second Howard concrete pumping machine will dive below Lewis, and into the 4th position goes Mitchell. Halfway through this first preliminary heat for the NASCAR Pizza Hut Super Late Models. Steve Black with his hands full as the Howard concrete pumping teammates, Mark Poole and Richard Mitchell, now 3rd and 4th on the speedway. Bo Glemba with a lead of about 12 car lengths on the front straightaway over Black. Now Mitchell in 22 challenging his teammate. the Tom Clark Martinelli Auto 22 of Richard Mitchell, the former NASCAR Busch Series and ARCA Superspeedway competitor, wheel to wheel with his teammate Mark Poole. Two veteran drivers slugging it out for third position. Officially at the scoring line on lap 7, it was Poole by inches hanging on to the third spot. Mitchell to the inside, Poole on the outside, a great battle for third. All of this action allowing Bo Glemba to check out with the lead and perhaps a first heat race victory in super late model competition. Signal of 2 laps to go as Mitchell and Poole are still glued together door to door around the speedway behind Steve Black in second. Mitchell dove into turn 3 hard, but the outside lane momentum keeps Poole in the third position by inches. And down the back straightaway, the Chad Hemphill Racing entry. The modified ace turned super late model rookie, collecting a first checkered flag for he and his team. Bo Glemba from Charleroi is the winner. Richard Mitchell powers into second spot on the last lap over Steve Black, Mark Poole, and Dan Lewis. 44 is Greg Kelly, and 64 Michael Zombar, the rookie. Green flag is out for Miller and Urso. Urso in car 37 door-to-door quickly with Wiltrout as Miller takes off with the lead in his first start of 2008. Working lap number 2 now, and Gary, oh, we got a spin, a hard crash in turn 1. Craig, the 44 car of Gregory Kelly, hard into the wall. Gregory Kelly, the former truck division champion from 2003, a resident of Connellsville, Pennsylvania, the protege of defending champion Bobby Henry. The D&K sales machine backs hard into the wall in turn number 1. Kelly was involved in a practice crash here this afternoon, which may have damaged that race car enough to make it ill handling at the wave of this green flag. Kelly was involved in an incident that completely destroyed the race car. A former National Bandoleros champion, Chris Bailey Jr. As 9 laps remain, Rick Miller leading Gary Wiltrout, Tommy Beck, Paul Urso, and Neil Brown. Miller in car 21, a standout on the tour with the ASA Late Model Series and the Mara Series. Drifting up just a bit in his first Motordrome start of the season, opens the door for Wiltrout, and another former champion takes the lead. Somerset's Gary Wiltrout and the Stone & Company Megan Ford out in front on lap 2, bringing Tommy Beck right with him. Beck with 3 straight second place finishes in feature competition, the current points leader. And just behind the lead duo, Neil Brown in car 98 slides his Hunter's Peterbilt machine to the inside of the Brooks Automotive Group 21 of Miller. Brown up to third after winning the most recent 2 feature events here at Motordrome. It's now Miller and Weller, the young Ohio driver, battling for fourth with the Dunbar Dominator. Working lap 4 of 10. Up front, the lead battle intensifies. Gary Wiltrout in 95 and Tommy Beck in 60. Beck last season, the leading feature winner. Chasing Wiltrout to the crossed flag signal indicating halfway. Wiltrout first on the speedway, third in the point standings. Beck second on the racetrack, first in the point standings. And Neil Brown's 98 just might be catching the lead duo. Up front on lap 6 of 10, it's Ford versus Chevrolet as the Palagrudo Ford of Wiltrout, the former champion, trying to hold off the Chevrolet from the Benz Motorsports stable of Tommy Beck, who dives to the inside, slides out of turn 4, and by inches on lap 7, we have a new leader, Tommy Beck in car 60. Beck, many times a feature winner here at Motordrome and a former Jennerstown Speedway track champion, now out in front. Wiltrout still right there, and Neil Brown in the 98 has gained on those 2 drivers. It could be a 3-car fight to the finish with 2 laps remaining. Beck in car 60 has been victorious in modified competition as well as Pizza Hut Super Late Model action. With an advantage of about a car length and a half over Will Trout, the white flag is in the air. Already in 2008 with 2 preliminary heat race victories, Tommy Beck, the points leader, seeking his first feature win of the year. And out of turn number 4 from Murraysville, Pennsylvania, in car 60, another heat race checkered flag for Tommy Beck over Gary Wiltrout, Neil Brown, Jimmy Weller, and Bobby Henry. Finishing 5th from Connellsville, Pennsylvania, defending champion Bobby Henry in 11. Finishing 4th, young Jimmy Weller III from Hubbard, Ohio, in car 23 on the Speedway. Ed Neidhart in 68. Jimmy Stokes in 95. Defending champion in the 4 is Mike Lemley. Roger Bryan in the 12. Denny Keller in 13. Matt Gardner in 7. Bruce Hamilton in 29. Bill Oldham, the most recent feature winner, in the 5. And former champion Tracy Keller in the 1. 6-lap preliminary heat race for the Charger division is underway. 68 of Neidhart holding off this season's biggest winner, Jimmy Stokes. Side-by-side battles for the top 4 positions. Jimmy Stokes of West Newton, Pennsylvania, in car 95. Has taken the lead away from Renfrew, Pennsylvania's Eddie Neidhart in the 68. And look at the 4 of Mike Lemley, the Dawson, Pennsylvania driver, champion last season, wheel to wheel with Neidhart. Neidhart, who has improved greatly since his rookie season just a couple years ago in car 68, wheel to wheel with the champion. And Lemley way up the racetrack, nearly making outside wall contact with that Monte Carlo. Working lap 3 of 6. And just behind the battle for second, they are going side by side as Matt Gardner in the 7, climbing up from mid-pack, challenging for a top 5 position to the outside of the 13 of Denny Keller. Jimmy Stokes opening up a big lead. So far this season in Charger Division competition, Stokes is undefeated in preliminary heat race action. And our last time in competition, Bill Oldham in the 5 put a stop to that undefeated streak by winning his first career feature event. At the wave of the white flag, Stokes has this one well in hand. We'll see if Neidhart in the 68 can fend off the defending champion for a runner-up finish. It's Keller in 4th, Gardner in 5th. And out of turn 4, the driver affectionately known as Sideways Stokes. Taking another checkered flag, it's Jimmy Stokes in the 95. Neidhart will hold on to second in the 68 car over Lemley, Keller, and Gardner. Froggy 44 is Mary Catherine Shimko, starting to the inside of the 6 of Paul Rosa. Veteran Larry Vance drives the 28. The Star Junction Racing 51 is Kevin Ludwig. Seven car, normally driven by Jeff Halfhill. Lap 1 in the books for our entry-level American Flyer division. Ron Eifert III in car 61 is up front. In second in car 6, it's Paul Rosa, who as a rookie last season won 2 features with that Chevy Cavalier. Ed Sheltman in the 20 is third. Look at the 3 car of young Bill Schwartz. Schwartz, who takes over the driving chores in the 31 from his mother, started deep in this field and in his second career start has moved into the top 5 in car 31. Lead battle on the back straight, Eifert in car 61. And last year's rookie sensation, the 6 of Paul Rosa, as Rosa takes the top spot at the scoring line. We begin to work lap number 3 of 5. Rosa leading Eifert. And now a challenge as Ed Sheltman in the 20, feeling the pressure of the Mag Racing number 7 car, driven by Jeff Halfhill for much of this season. Jay Matthews in the pits, the former driver of that machine this evening. White flag waving for Rosa in the stands, transmission 6. Then the Napa 61 of Eifert. The West Side Lube and Tire Mopar number 7 into the third spot around Shelpman's 20 car. Final lap, and it will be the first checkered flag of 2008 for last year's two-time feature winner. Paul Rosa in car 6 takes the victory over Ron Eifert III in 61. Halfhill in the 7, Shelpman in the 20, and Larry Vance, the veteran, in car 28. Jonathan Heilman, 34, Aaron Minjock, 68, Jamie Shipley, 18, Jeff Zellweger, 38, Rapid Ray Simbali, 57, Adam Kostelnik, and 76 is Tom Knight Sr. Green flag is out, 20 laps of racing for the Subway Street Stocks. Gabala, the Motordrome Speedway rookie, out in front. And we got a problem as Jeff Zellweger's 18 car spins down the back straightaway, the Barrel Chevrolet machine. Green flag stays out. We got hard contact in turn 1. Don Blank in 45 is into the 05 of Andrew Kostelnik. And we got a caution flag as the front of the field. Incident. Wow, unbelievable reaction times by the drivers behind that incident as the battle for second place overheated with Andrew Kostelnik in the 50 getting contact from the 45 of Don Blank, the veteran. By the rookie. In turn 3, he's on the gas and the green flag is out. "19 laps to go, and Gabala with a host of feature-winning veterans behind him. Challenge for 4th spot. Oh, we got a problem in turns 1 and 2 as Kostelnik and Blank are back at it. We got another problem in turns 1 and 2. It's another of the AK chassis machines. Adam Kostelnik spinning with the 34 of Aaron Minjock in turn 2. And Gabala got an early start. This time he waits, and the veterans are caught up, making front to rear bumper contact as the green flag waves with 18 laps to go. Several cars locked bumpers, and we're going to try that one more time. False start. Bill Henry. Sean Phillips with a much better start this time. Quickly, the fight for the 5th position is side by side as Holder and Heilman duking it out. And look at Gabala, the youngster, with a big lead over veterans Henry and Phillips on the restart. Side by side in car 31, Sean Phillips and Bill Henry both found victory lane last year, and both close the gap quickly and overtake the 3 of young Gabala. New leader is Bill Henry on lap 3. And Henry nearly drifting up a lane with a loose handling race car. Might have been some contact as he and Phillips continue to fight for the lead. Gabala, the early race leader, falling back to 3rd, 4th. Joe Nicola, the heat race winner tonight, moving up. Jonathan Heilman, the Subway Challenge driver, moving up. Several cars displaying damage from the false start. And those bumpers are still taking a beating in the lead fight. Bill Henry in 64, Sean Phillips in 31, 2 of the most veteran competitors in the entire field, slugging it out for the lead. Meanwhile, Joe Nicola, who's got a feature victory already in 2008, pulls up to 3rd. Working lap 5 of 20. 3 cars broken away by about 5 car lengths from 4th place racer Jonathan Heilman and 5th place Jason Holder. Gabala, who led laps 1 and 2, back in the 6th spot now and fading from the lead train. As Henry continues to lead, Sean Phillips, who was momentarily challenging him for the top spot, has his rear view mirror filled with Ford as Joe Nicola in car 69 has closed up to the rear bumper of Phillips on lap 7. And as Phillips changes to the more defensive driving style, Bill Henry opens up to a half car length advantage, his biggest of the race. Side by side in turn number 1, the fight for second position, Joe Nicola in 69, Sean Phillips in 31. Still door to door into turn number 3. Both of these drivers were in victory lane last season, and Nicola will take away the position, and now the points leader is second on the racetrack. Working lap 9, look at the 15 of Jonathan Heilman. He started in 9th position. He's currently 4th and fighting for 3rd. If Heilman in the 15 car can win this event, everybody eats at Subway for free this week. Crossed flags indicate halfway. 10 laps down and 10 to go. 64 of Bill Henry leading. Challenge for 3rd down the back straight. Young Jonathan Heilman from Bell Vernon, Pennsylvania, trying to get his 2nd career victory in consecutive fashion with his 1st ever feature win. Heilman passes Phillips and narrowly takes over. 3rd position on lap 11. Now the lead fight picks up with an outside lane move by Joe Nicola in 69. Henry on the inside, Nicola on the outside. Nicola, the feature winner 2 races ago in car 69 from West Mifflin, Pennsylvania. Reeling in to challenge the resident of Vandergrift, Bill Henry in car 64. Light bumper contact out of turn 2, and now they change lanes as Henry moves up with Nicola on the inside. Side by side out of turn number 4. By inches, Henry maintains his lead, working lap 13 of 20. Heilman in 15 from the 9th starting position to 3rd is closing on the lead battle, but now it's Nicola with a fender out in front of Henry. Still wheel to wheel. Another full trip around the Motordrome half mile, door to door, ready to trade paint. New leader will be Joe Nicola on lap 14. There's 6 to go, and here comes Heilman, the Subway Challenge driver of the night in car 15. Challenging for 2nd position, door to door with Henry. Wheel to wheel as Bill Henry has been for the last several laps, finally surrendering the lead to Nicola, and now a dead heat at the scoring line with 5 laps to go with Jonathan Heilman. A pair of Monte Carlos swapping stickers down the back straight. That battle's about to turn violent as the 2nd position is on the line and Nicola opens up a 5 or 6 car length advantage. Heilman completes the pass for 2nd with 4 laps to go. Showing the body damage at the front of the 15 car from the false start on lap 2, Jonathan Heilman has climbed from 9th position into 2nd. Here comes Sean Phillips in 31, one of the most consistent Subway street stock drivers of all time, pulling even with the 64 of Bill Henry. And Phillips will take a spot away. Henry in 64, losing the handle late in this event. With 3 laps remaining, leader Joe Nicola in car 69. He's won every heat race he's participated in 2008. He's won 1 feature in our 3 previous events. And now heavy lap traffic in front of the leaders and a spin just in front of Nicola. He piles into it and Heilman drives around the incident. 2 laps to go and race leader Joe Nicola gets into the 18 of Jeff Zellweger as lap traffic tangles in front of the leaders. Joe Nicola, who seemed like he could have been headed for a 2nd victory of the season, with heavy damage to the 69 car after the 18 of Zellweger gets together with other cars about to go a lap down. And with 2 laps to go, most recent feature winner and tonight's Subway Challenge driver in car 15, Jonathan Heilman, after starting in 9th position, takes over the lead with 2 laps to go. laps to go. From 9th position to the lead, Heilman, Phillips, and Henry bring him back to the green flag. Light contact at the end of the front straight. Phillips bumper to bumper with the youngster from Bell Vernon, the most recent feature winner in car 15, and the longtime veteran in car 31, Sean Phillips, challenging. Bill Henry 3rd, Jason Holder 4th, Teddy Gabala in 5th. White flag waving for Heilman in 15. Phillips looking to the outside now in turn number 1 on the final circuit. Nothing to the outside. Still within striking distance on the final go-round. Phillips making light contact again with Heilman up front. They will be bumper to bumper at the finish line. And out of turn number 4, a second career victory as the Subway challenges Matt. Jonathan Heilman makes it 2 straight wins over Sean Phillips, Bill Henry, Jason Holder, and Teddy Gabala. Well, Jonathan, you may not even be aware of this. I have a Subway gift certificate for you, just like we gave you when you won your first feature a couple weeks ago. You just won a free 6-inch meatball sub for everybody in attendance tonight.
I don't know what to say. It's 2 for 2. I feel bad for Joe. I mean, he had a good car tonight. I didn't think I was going to get him. I got into Jason. I'm sorry, Jason. It was all my fault. I got a little low on the track. I apologize. Sorry, Joe, everybody. It's a great car, man. I got to thank Georgie P. Nicole. If it wasn't for him tonight, I would not even be in the top 5. He helped me out big time, especially the whole year. I got a special thank my dad. He hurt himself coming to victory lane last time we were here, but he's gimping around. I guess Subway's on me this week, huh?
Now, you got your first career win, and I said to you, it looks like your performances this year are going to put you back in victory lane. After a win, you have to start back in the field. Was that intimidating with all those veterans up there, knowing that you had to go from about the 9th or 10th position on the grid?
Yeah, I got a good jump on Jason. Like I said, I'm sorry. It was my fault, but hey, it happens. I didn't think I was going to get up there, but I did.
And I know we asked you last time we were here, you don't have any sponsors on this car, so now some of those folks enjoying the Subway sandwiches might consider putting a name on this race car for some bucks to help you out.
It would be nice. It's getting a little hard doing it all yourself. And if it wasn't for my dad and my whole family being here, and everybody, all my fans, thank you. I don't know what to say. It's amazing, 2 for 2.
Another speechless victory lane ceremony. Jonathan Heilman, ladies and gentlemen. Rick Huffman. 2, Mike Musiak, and 66, Mike Opolinski. Green flag is out as Chris Brink and Pete Reck lead him to the starting line for 20 laps of the open wheel modifieds. The Glenn Campbell Gambler, Chris Brink out in front, nearly 3 wide in the bout, and we got 2 spins on the back straight. The 2 of Mike Musiak and the 66 of Mike Opolinski go around, and we need a caution flag. And then the 04 of Bobby Ship, defending champ, starting 5th as the green flag waves. With pole sitter Brink in the pits, the Harry Ofer teammates 1 and 2 on the speedway, then veteran Gary Scott in 16, and one of last year's top guns, Bobby Ship, who got a career first win in 07. Gary Scott takes position away from Pete Reck, as does 4-time champ Adam Kostelnik in the 60. Top 3 drivers on the surface were all feature winners last year. Kostelnik in the 60, the winner our last time out. Scott in 2nd position in car 16 has a heat race win this season, as he and Kostelnik both drop one wheel off the pavement down to the apron of the speedway in turn 2. Harry Ofer in the 0. Veteran racer who competed on the dirt track surface here at Motordrome. He took many seasons off from competition and returned last year to find himself in victory lane on more than one occasion. Gary Scott in 2nd, another former dirt track racer. Then Adam Kostelnik, and look at Tom Frank in car 6, the opening night feature winner and points leader, is into the 4th spot. The young former go-kart champion aboard the Stans Transmissions number 6 into 4th. And watching a similarly orange Viglione Motorsports entry move to the outside to challenge Gary Scott for second. As Kostelnik tries to pass Gary Scott, Tom Frank slips to the inside of the four-time champion. Tremendous action at the front of the field. Harry Ofer's lead is less than 2 car lengths. Behind him, 2 of the most winning veterans in the field, wheel to wheel, with young Tom Frank almost going 3 wide that time out of turn 4. George Nicola in 97, the other feature winner from 2008, makes it a 4-car fight for 2nd through 5th. Kostelnik now eking just ahead by less than a car length of the 16 of Gary Scott. And Kostelnik completes the pass for second, leaving Nicola and Scott wheel to wheel at the scoring line. Working lap number 7 of 20. Harry Ofer continues to lead Adam Kostelnik in second. Here comes George Nicola around the outside of Scott. Now Scott battles back in turn 3. Tom Frank still looking in from the 5th position on that battle. Close racing in the battle for 3rd. George Nicola, Gary Scott, and Tom Frank. Now add Bobby Shipp to the battle. The Elizabeth, Pennsylvania driver, former Charger Division champion in 04. Closing in on Scott and Frank. Working lap number 9, that heated 3-car fight continues as the lead battle rages with the 0-1 of Harry Ofer and a very quickly closing number 60 of Adam Kostelnik. 10 laps down and 10 laps to go. Kostelnik finds the racing room on the high side of turn number 1 at the midpoint of the event. The Viglione Racing number 60 of Adam Kostelnik. Last season doing double duty and winning the street stock and the modified championship. Wheel to wheel with Harry Ofer for a full lap around the speedway. Dead heat at the scoring line as we begin to work lap number 11. And we got a problem. Gary Scott spins to the infield. Caution flag will come out as he and Tom Frank in the 6 drove off course into the grass below turn 1. Caution for Gary Scott in 16. Harry Ofer, Adam Kostelnik, and George Nicola bring the field back to green flag racing. The caution on lap 11 was for the debris, not for the incident, so Scott and Frank maintain their positions in the top 5. Meanwhile, Harry Ofer gets a rear bumper tag from Adam Kostelnik, the most recent feature winner. Here comes George Nicola, winner 2 races ago. While Harry Ofer on lap 12 in the 0-1 seeks his first feature event of 2008. Side by side and wheel to wheel for the lead. Kostelnik in 60, Ofer in 0-1, and Gary Scott spins in turn number 3. Caution flag will wave on lap 13 for Gary Scott in car 16. Early in turn 3. Here's the green flag, Harry Ofer, and then several car lengths back to Nicola and Frank on the restart with 7 laps to go. With 6 laps to go, Kostelnik is not running away from Harry Ofer. The 0-1 entry with a crate engine under the hood and the open motor of Kostelnik, they appear to be nearly even around the half mile. Kostelnik out of turn 4 that time, gained about a car length and a half as there are 5 laps to go. Ofer loses another car length exiting turn number 2. Meanwhile, in the battle for 3rd, Tom Frank in the 6 is pulling right up to the rear bumper of George Nicola's 97 car. Kostelnik leading Ofer with 3 laps to go, then Nicola and Frank. Coming into tonight's action, Tom Frank was leading the points by 1 over Kostelnik. They are separated by 2 machines in 1st and 4th respectively. With 2 laps to go, the signal given to Kostelnik, and Ofer closes in once again. The lead battle continues as Harry Ofer may have gotten close enough to reach out and touch the back bumper of Kostelnik in turn 2 that time. Ofer, the long-time racing veteran, and Kostelnik, the 4-time champion, seeing the white flag as Kostelnik has 3 or 4 car lengths on him at the scoring line. George Nicola now reels in just a little bit closer to Ofer. And Kostelnik opens up his biggest lead of the race on the final lap. From East McKeesport, Pennsylvania, last year's 2 division champion Adam Kostelnik makes it his 2nd feature win of 2008 in a row over Harry Ofer, George Nicola, Tom Frank, and Bobby Shipp. Adam, that was a really hard-fought victory. You got around Harry Ofer, and in the last couple of laps, he closed in just a little bit.
Yeah, we set the car up for the outside, and man, I go to the bottom. It's horrible. But I gotta say, hats off to Harry. We've had some our problems in the past, but man, that's one heck of a race. He gave me room. We beat a little bit, but that's racing, man. Hats off to Harry, because that's the way we should race. You know, we had our little talk, and we went to the trailer. You know, but yeah, that was good racing, Harry. I appreciate it.
Now, you said the car's set up for the inside, so when you get out there in the front, you've got your option of lanes. Are you thinking you want to run in the middle since it's not so good on the bottom? Are you trying to keep him out of the inside? What's the mental process knowing the car's not so good on the bottom once you're out in front?
Like I said, just protect the bottom down here. If you can protect the bottom, it's hard to pass on the outside. And Harry was just a little tight. I knew he couldn't do nothing on the outside, just protect the bottom. I slowed up a little bit too much. He let me know I was slowing up too much. But like I said, just, man, this car's really hooked up, and hats off to the crew, man. Buzzy, Josie, George, Harry Lazader. Got to thank sponsors, Harry Lazader Auto Service, Bowling Machine, TCI. If I forgot anybody, I don't know. It's time to drink.
And his beverage of choice, we know what that's going to be, but race fans, for 2 in a row, Adam Kostelnik in victory lane. That's super late models. Paul Urso and Mark Catone lead him to the green, and we're underway. The 37 of Paul Urso seeking a career-first feature victory. Behind him, 2-time track champion Mark Catone in 31, and heat race winner earlier tonight, Bo Glemba in 78. Side by side behind Glemba and Catone, it's Mark Poole in the 96 making door-to-door contact with the 95 of Gary Wiltrout. Wiltrout has his Palagrudo teammate in tow, defending champion Bobby Henry. To their inside, it's Ohio's Jimmy Weller in 23. Out front, Paul Urso in car 37. He has led feature laps in recent seasons in the quest for that first victory. And leading the first 3 over Bo Glemba, the modified division graduate, embarking on his first full season of NASCAR Super Late Model competition. And now both of the Palagrudo teammates have passed Mark Catone. Gary Wiltrout is into 3rd, Bobby Henry is into 4th, working lap number 4 of 40. Best battle is for 5th, a pair of former champions. 3-time champ Richard Mitchell on the outside. Mark Catone, the 2-time champion, on the inside in 31. And Mitchell takes position after Catone started on row 1. Working lap number 5, the intense action is at the front of the field. Gary Wiltrout moves to the inside looking for a way around Bo Glemba, who has just challenged Paul Urso for the lead. Glemba had to back off slightly as the leaders nearly made contact. It's Paul Urso, the former division rookie of the year from Glenshaw, Pennsylvania, in the Sullivan Chevrolet number 37. Behind him, the Hemp Hill Racing Glemba Asphalt 78 of Bo Glemba. And Glemba gets a good run off turn 4 this time. Less than half a car length advantage for Urso in 37 as we work lap 7. But just as Glemba tries to challenge leader Urso, he has Gary Wiltrout, the opening night winner in car 95, nipping at his heels. It's a trio of champions from Motordrome Speedway past: Gary Wiltrout, Bobby Henry, and Richard Mitchell. Working lap number 8, Wiltrout in the Stone and Company Megan Ford 95, pulling to the inside of Glemba. They are door to door for second position, allowing Urso to open up his biggest lead of the race. And on lap 9, by inches, Gary Wiltrout has officially scored in second position. Glemba to the outside as Wiltrout's teammate Bobby Henry, the defending champion, looking to move into third position. As Henry takes that spot away on lap number 10, Gary Wiltrout has a line on leader Paul Urso. Wiltrout, many times a winner here, the 2002 champion, a former Jennerstown champion as well, prying the inside lane from the hands of Paul Urso, and taking over the point position on lap 11 is Wiltrout, bringing his teammate Henry right along with him. The Paul Agrudo teammates storming by Paul Urso into positions 1 and 2 on car owner Joan Palagrudo's birthday here at Motordrome Speedway. Now Urso in jeopardy of losing another spot with the 22 of Richard Mitchell, the Howard Concrete Pumping, Martinelli's Auto, Tom Clark Chevrolet 22, firmly to the inside of Urso's machine. Mitchell with 3 championships to his credit, a winner of all the Crown Jewel events in Western Pennsylvania, taking over third spot. On lap 13, Tommy Beck has moved around Bo Glemba in the 60 car. And if Beck continues to advance, he will be the next to challenge Urso, and he does in turn 3 quickly. Beck with a speedy pass, moving himself into 4th place around Paul Urso, and now Glemba challenging the 37 car. Urso, the early race leader, fading just a bit as we work lap number 14 of 40. Up front, leaders approaching lap traffic very quickly. Zombar in the 64 car, the racing rookie, in front of the Paul Agrudo teammates who are leading this event with Richard Mitchell right there. A pair of Fords out in front on lap 15 with Mitchell's Chevrolet in 3rd and Beck's Monte Carlo in 4th. The lapped machine of Chris Roberts in the 93 splitting the teammates 3 wide on the front straight. As Henry moves to the inside to get around Roberts, Richard Mitchell keeps the momentum up high. And on lap 16, Mitchell is threatening to take away second position. On lap 17, amazing action around the back marker of Roberts. And now the top 3 machines are separated by no less than 6 or 7 car lengths on the back straight. Gary Wiltrout and Bobby Henry, teammates at Paul Agrudo Motorsports. And Richard Mitchell, the West Virginia driver who took the 2007 season off from competition after his 06 championship, returning to Motordrome full-time in 2008 and challenging the defending champion. Henry to the inside, Mitchell to the outside. Beginning to work lap number 19 now. Mitchell threatening to separate the teammates. Henry, the most veteran late model competitor in the field in car 11. And Mitchell, the former ARCA Super Speedway ace, duking it out for second, allowing Wiltrout to open up an even bigger lead. And on lap 20, the midpoint of this event, it's nearly a dead heat in scoring the battle for second position. Mitchell clears Henry, separates the teammates by 1 spot. Wiltrout in the 95, up front after his opening night win. He is second in the point standings right now to Tommy Beck, who's 4th on the speedway. Then Mitchell in 22, coming into tonight, was 4th in the championship chase. Working lap 22, and the leaders approach the machine that was damaged in heat race action, the Todd Price 15 car. Wiltrout, Mitchell, and Henry all clear the slower moving machine. And with an extra 5 laps of distance added to the feature event beginning tonight for the rest of the season in the NASCAR Pizza Hut Super Late Models. One might believe that Richard Mitchell is liking that extended race distance, as he has a plethora of experience in long distance races. He may be an expert at tire management. Wiltrout as well has won the 100-lap Crown Jewel event here at Motordrome, and back in 2003, Mitchell was undefeated in 100-lap competition in Western Pennsylvania. Working lap 25 now, Gary Wiltrout's lead of about 2 car lengths over Richard Mitchell. And we got a problem right in front of the leaders on the front straight. Everybody hard on the brakes, and Wiltrout avoids the 6 of Cody Quarrick, the 64 of Michael Zombar, and the 26 of Nathan Russell. "15 laps remaining, and the green flag is out for Wiltrout, Mitchell, Henry, Beck, and Glemba. A terrific start by Gary Wiltrout, as his biggest lead of the race is at the wave of the green flag on lap 25, some 3-4 car lengths over Mitchell, and teammate Henry was left way behind on that start. Richard Mitchell closing back in on leader Gary Wiltrout. Battle developing for 5th. After starting deep in the field, the Hunter Peterbilt Davies Ford of Neil Brown is challenging Bo Glemba. It's lap 27, and Brown, the 2-time winner, advances into the top 5. Just behind him, Jimmy Weller III, the Ohio campaigner, has passed Paul Urso, and he closes in on Bo Glemba. Lap number 29, Gary Wiltrout's lead has diminished. Wiltrout and Mitchell pulling away from Henry, Beck, Brown, and the rest of the field. About 1 car length separates the leaders on lap 30. Wiltrout, the opening night feature winner, and Mitchell, who has been slightly off his usual torrid pace of top 3 finishes so far in 2008 after taking off the previous entire racing season. Mitchell in the Carvel ice cream stores. Tom Clark Chevrolet Martinelli sponsored entry. Haunting the rear of the Stone and Company Megan Ford of Gary Wiltrout. Lap traffic could figure into the battle if we stay green for these final 8 laps. That time, Wiltrout gains a car length on Mitchell. Henry not a factor in 3rd position, some 7 or 8 car lengths behind Mitchell. And on lap 33 of 40, Neil Brown in 5th position has reeled in Tommy Beck in the 60 car as they head down the back straight. Brown in turn 4 makes a quick pass of Tommy Beck, climbing into 4th position with 6 laps to go. Down the back straight, the Zombar number 64 car looming in front of the leaders dives to the inside, allowing Wiltrout and Mitchell to pass. 5 laps remaining. Has Richard Mitchell been saving his tires for a last lap effort? Has Gary Wiltrout been pushing his rubber too far, too long? Mitchell closes in, even closer now in turn 3. Fight for the lead out of 4. Can Mitchell move to the inside lane? Wiltrout slides just a bit. They avoid contact. On lap 36, the 93 of Chris Roberts looms in front of the leaders, and Wiltrout's car is loose handling. Mitchell in 22 blocked from an opportunity to move to the inside lane by Ohio's Chris Roberts. And with 3 laps to go, they move around the lap car. Wiltrout in 95 holds the inside lane. Here comes Mitchell with an outside lane challenge. Can't get it done on the back straight. 2 more circuits remain. Will Mitchell use the outside lane or wait for the loose handling 95 to open up the inside groove? 2 laps to go. Another lapped car will be approached by the leaders. Rear bumper contact. Mitchell gets into the leader. Wiltrout spins from the top spot, and we have a caution flag. Henry with a whole shot start opens up 2 or 3 car lengths on Brown. Next time around, the field will see the white flag. Neil Brown made a quick pass of Tommy Beck in just 1 corner to gain what is now the 2nd position. And Henry will see the white flag in car 11. A pair of Fords up front on the final circuit of the first 40-lap feature here at Motordrome. And look at Brown moving to the inside. Out of turn 2, Brown trying to strike on leader and defending champ Henry. Into the final turn. Henry drifting up, opening the inside lane out of turn 4. Who's it gonna be? Bobby Henry by less than a car length. Over Neil Brown, Tommy Beck, Jimmy Weller, and Bo Glemba. Well, Bobby Henry, let's talk a little about your season prior to tonight. On opening night, we heard that this car wouldn't be finished and ready for competition until feature time. You got here in time for the heat race. You scored some points, just kind of cruised around on opening night. Has the car been a struggle for you to this point in the season?
Well, first of all, I got to thank Greg Kelly. That's his crate motor from a couple years ago, and he loaned it to me because the open motor's not done yet. And, man, it's just a total, complete, different setup on this car, and we're just now figuring it out. And I mean, I can't appreciate it anymore to thank him right off the bat. I mean, it's been a struggle, but it's all because it's this Chevy crate motor that he loaned us is so much lighter than the Ford, and it just makes the whole setup different, and we're getting there.
Is this something you're going to keep at for the season, or once the open motor arrives, are you going to break out the old notebook?
Yeah, we're going to put the open motor back in, and hopefully we can remember where we were with it in there.
Now, as defending champion, you come in this year as a marked man, but there's a couple of other drivers in full-time competition again this season that's making it kind of tough. Are you looking at the points race? I mean, obviously you got this car here when it was barely finished to run that opening night heat race. Are you tracking points at this early part of the season?
Well, you always want to do good. If you run week in, week out, you always want to do good in the points, and hasn't started out very good, that's for sure. And you know, it's still early, but we're a ways back already, and there is a lot of good cars here this year, and I think there's probably at least 10 cars, maybe 12 cars could win on any given night.
Typically, the checkered flag waves at 35 laps. You're the first winner of a 40-lapper here. Would have been a whole different ballgame if that race had stopped at the 35-lap mark. Are you, as the driver, more aware of tire management? Is that extra 5 laps going to be in your mind with the length of the rubber keeping under the race car?
No, I don't think so. 5 laps is only 2.5 miles, so, I mean, it's more gas than it is tire wear. I mean, it only gets 2 miles a gallon, so you're burning more gas than tires, but five laps won't be much for the tire wear.
And how about a chance to thank the sponsors that keep all the gas in this fast ride for you?
Okay, I'd like to thank Stone & Company and Megan Ford, K&R Commercial Tire, Quality Support, Bob Mongell Car Care, of course, Specklin Mobility. That's about it.
A great birthday present for car owner Joan Palagrudo in his first win of the season. Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Henry. "15-lap Charger Division feature is underway. 3 wide into turn number 1 in 2 different rows of 3 wide. Denny Keller makes contact with Mike Lemley. Jimmy Stokes backs off to avoid contact. We're still 3 wide. Gardner on the inside, Keller on the inside, Lemley up high. And Roger Bryan will lead lap number 1. Smithton, Pennsylvania's own Roger Bryan in car 12. Leading Ed Neidhart, who's having a fantastic night in car 68. And look at Matt Gardner, the West Side Lube and Tire 7 car. trying to find racing room in the grass to make a pass of Neidhart for second, working lap 2 of 15. Battle for fourth, the Keller cousins. Tracy in the 1, Denny in the 13. And then Mike Lemley getting some door-to-door contact from the 29 of Hamilton, who pounds the outside wall in turn 3. Caution flag needed on lap 3 for the 29 of Hamilton. Green flag back out. Roger Bryan, Ed Neidhart, Tracy Keller, and Matt Gardner storming to the green flag with 12 laps to go. Tracy Keller with a terrific restart instantly pulls side by side with Ed Neidhart. Neidhart's 68 car trying to find an outside lane to make a move around the 12 of Roger Bryan. Both those drivers seeking a career first feature victory. Nose to tail, 3 cars in 2 rows. It looks like a restart, but we're at full speed. Now we're 3 wide in turn 2. Tracy Keller on the inside, Roger Bryan in the middle, and Neidhart powering his way to the front to lead his first feature laps. And Neidhart with a high side pass will be out in front for the first time in his brief career. Roger Bryan falling back to second, dropping below the apron, allowing Matt Gardner to take the second position in car 7. And pulling up with Bryan, it's Mike Lemley in car 4. Heated action in the middle of the field. Look at Jimmy Stokes trying to separate the Keller cousins in his car number 95. Stokes may be pushing early race leader Roger Bryan down the front straight as we're working lap 6 of 15. Stokes passes both of the Kellers and Roger Bryan in a lap and a half, climbing into the 4th position behind Lemley, his teammate Gardner, and up front Ed Neidhart. The DeWitt Enterprises Neidhart Auto number 68, Monte Carlo. The driver from Renfrew, Pennsylvania, and Gardner spins the 7 car from second position. The Westco Nowak painting 7 of Gardner on the back straight, bringing out the caution flag. New 68 machine. Last year was Neidhart's second full season of Charger competition, and he takes the green flag on lap 7 of 15. He's got last year's champion and last year's leading feature winner behind him in second and third. Side by side go the Keller cousins, the 1 of Tracy and the 13 of Denny. Right there is Bill Oldham in the 5, the most recent feature winner in a former Mike Lemley car, graduate of the American Flyers division. Jimmy Stokes in car 95 on lap 8 makes an outside pass of Mike Lemley into the runner-up position. Neidhart in 68 dirt tracks the car a little bit into turn 1. That opens up the inside lane. And Stokes powers his way to the door, now to the fender, now to the lead around Neidhart. He's got only the nose of his Lightning McQueen 95 out in front. Now completes the pass at the scoring line on lap 10. Sideways, Stokes takes the lead as ironically Ed Neidhart got a little bit sideways. The 68 car now feels the pressure of Mike Lemley in the 4. Stokes, who has perfect heat race competition performance in 2008, his only loss in Charger Division action this season was our most recent feature, won by Bill Oldham for a career first. Now Stokes opening up a big lead over Neidhart, who's still having the night of his career, holding off Mike Lemley on lap 11 of 15. Oh, a problem on the front straight as Lemley nearly gets into the inside retaining wall, makes a great save with 3 laps to go. Lemley charges right back into the battle for second with Neidhart. Keep in mind, these racers are competing on street tires, so a move like Lemley's deserves an awful lot of praise for that narrow tread path to be contacting the asphalt. As we have 2 laps to go, Lemley switches to the high side. Stokes leading as Lemley takes over the second spot at the wave of the white flag. Bumper to bumper is the battle for second and third between Lemley and Neidhart. But out in front from West Newton, Pennsylvania, dominating the division in 2008, car 95 and Jimmy Stokes with another checkered flag over Lemley, Neidhart, Denny Keller, Tracy Keller, and Bill Oldham. Well, Jimmy, that was sort of a hellacious start for you there. Looks like there was some chaos on lap 1, and did you back off to avoid it, or was the car not up to full power? What happened there at the start of this event?
No, I backed off to avoid it. It was getting a little bit ugly up there. They started bouncing off one another, and I'm just too old for all that kind of action. So I just kind of set on back, and I had 15 laps to get the job done, and I just waited it out, and it all came to me anyway, so it was all good.
Don't let him fool you, race fans. He loves that kind of action, even though he played it smart in the opening laps of this one. Hey, now, one of your sponsors that's here each and every week talks about how sometimes you don't get the words in the right order. So while we're standing here at the hood of the car, and we're looking right at the lettering, I want you to thank your sponsors at this point in the interview. Can you read it right off the hood of the car? You ready?
Yeah, my number 1 sponsors, Westside Lube and Tire. Got to thank Bob over there. Harmony Auto Parts, AK Chassis, Adam Kostelnik, PA Appraisal Services, Fort Robinson Outlet, Stan's Transmissions, and Complete Car Company. Bobby Tarr over there, he's a good guy.
Hey, speaking of good guys, the only race you've lost this year was to one of your teammates. You were one of the first guys over here to say congratulations. Mag Racing's got a lock on this thing this year, huh?
Yeah, we got a good bunch of guys with Matt and Billy and stuff, and Billy's coming around. I'm trying to be a mentor to him and give him some pointers and that, and last week it paid off. So he thanked me a couple times already, so everything was good.
Everything is good when the Mag Racing team returns to victory lane. Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Stokes. Paul Rosa in the 6, Ed Sheltman in 20, Larry Vance in 28, Kevin Ludwig in 51, Jeff Halfhill in 7, and Mary Catherine Shimko in car 44, taking the green flag for the 8-lap feature event in the American Flyers. Eifert in car 61. Among the youngest competitors, joining Mary Catherine Shimko and Bill Schwartz as teenagers in the field. Paul Rosa in the 6 car, the heat race winner earlier tonight, in 3rd spot, challenging Schwartz in his 2nd start. The 6 of Paul Rosa had 2 wins as a rookie last year. The 3 of Schwartz has only 2 starts in his young career. Then it's Halfhill and Vance side by side. Halfhill's been a winner this season, 3 wide out of turn 4. Contact in turn 1 as Rosa gets into the 61 of Eifert. A pair of Cavaliers battling at the front of the field, 3 wide in mid-pack as Halfhill splits the difference between a couple of rookies, the 20 of Sheltman and the 3 of Schwartz. Larry Vance, the veteran in 28, is 3rd, and Halfhill's closing quickly on him. Heated battle for the lead on lap 3 of 8. Rosa in the 6, looking for a way around the 61 of Eifert. Ron Eifert was a victor in the Young Guns division here as a rookie, seeking his first American Flyers overall victory on lap 4 of 8. And Rosa able to close in only in turns 1 and 2. It seems like Eifert has the better car in 3 and 4, so as they're even on the back straight, let's see how this one plays out. Rosa on the bottom, Eifert on the top. And new leader will be Rosa out of turn 4. On on lap 5 of 8. They are side by side in turn 1 for 3rd position. Larry Vance from Murraysville, Pennsylvania, the Ford Tempo number 28, and the Dodge Daytona number 7 of Jeff Halfhill. Halfhill now into the 3rd position. Leader Rosa, the Stands Transmissions entry. Out in front by about 7 or 8 car lengths now over Eifert. Then Halfhill, Vance, Schwartz, and Sheltman. Mary Catherine Shimko in the Froggy 44 just in front of the leaders as Rosa makes that pass and sees the white flag. Eifert in the Eifert's Napa number 61 car, who led the early portion of this event, not quite within striking distance on the final lap. And the driver who picked up 2 feature victories as a racing rookie in 2007 will move around the Kevin Ludwig 51 car and take the checkered flag for the first time in 2008. It's Paul Rosa over Ron Eifert, Larry Vance, Jeff Halfhill, and Ed Sheltman. Well, Paul, you might have been the most successful rookie of last season. And in the 6 car, we've had a couple different drivers this year. Tell us, what is your plan for 2008, and how often will you be behind the wheel of this machine?
I think I'm going to do just about what I did last year. I'm trying to make every week, but my family don't allow me to make every week, so I got that priority before I can do before racing. So we'll just see how it goes. I don't know.
That's a wise man putting family first, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, I know Adam Kostelnik, who's here in Victory Lane with you, had a hand in this race car. Do you want to tell us, is this an AK chassis creation? Does he just help to set it up?
Yeah, Adam helps a lot. He helps a little bit with everything. You know, with me having a family, I can't get down to the garage and, be down there 7 days a week like he is. So he definitely gives us a hand.
And I know you were a crew member of his, so now the roles are reversed. He's crewing your car instead of your crewing his car.
Yeah, payback.
Payback it is, and a chance to thank your sponsors.
AL Lolo Construction, Mad Max Graphics, Stands Transmission, Cherry Band Tire, J Pool Eye, Corman Corp, and CarQuest, Howie Bayless.
For a 3-time winner, he has that all well in his memory. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Rosa.